Hey, you know, I'm ready to rumble anytime. I jump straight in.
We live and direct.
Okay.
It's the grumpy OGs talking dirty, talking wrong after dark. We don't do no milk and cookie talk. We don't do no
Nope.
wham talk.
Nope.
We don't do none of that. We talk about sports in the most grown perspective that you can ever talk or even experience. My partner, my brother CDK in the building. What's happening, bro? We talking dirty at the dark. We don't give a damn. It's the weekend. We know some of these fools is up and they want to answer. Oh, there go my baby. My heart just dropped. Angie, baby, in the building. How you doing, Angie, baby? Man, my bro about to set this thing off for 4 long blades. When you come over here, oh, Angie, baby, listen, we act a fool. We listen. Come in peace, or you should leave in pieces. But you know, we ain't gonna do that to you, Angie, baby. How you doing? What's up, CDK? We got some things to go over, bro. We got some things to
Man.
talk about. The biggest talk is Tank Davis is talking about retirement. So, you know, I'm gonna start off with this. Let me start this off. I'm a Tank Davis fan, and I'm gonna say this. Hey, it's his mother effing prerogative. Now I heard everybody talking all day. You know, I listened to everybody cook on it. They put their 2 cents in it, they 5 cents, they 25 cents, they 50 cents. Well, I'm about to drop the dollar to make everybody holler. So the fuck what? So the fuck what? It is what it is. Do not sit here and act like Tank Davis the only fighter in boxing history that left the sport with so much on the damn plate. It happens. And to be honest with you, I had to go look at one of the press conference. The man ain't in the sport no more. He ain't in the sport. You can see it in his eyes. He don't want this shit no more. Nobody should be criticizing this man about something that he is not happy with. What is wrong with you human beings? That's why I consider myself an earthling, because we ain't the same. How dare people be so critical about someone's making a damn decision about their life? Motherfuckers not obligated to entertain you anytime that you want to be entertained. Entertain yourself some goddamn time. Hey, I would love to see Tank Davis whoop on some more ass because I think he can. But Tank Davis don't want to do that. And, you know, it's his prerogative. And all these other mush mouth, moist meter asses would have did the same thing. This is a money-making motherfucking goddamn move. Fuck you, and fuck you. Who is next? If I could grab 40 motherfucking mil and get the fuck up out, I don't give a fuck about who I didn't fight. So the fuck what? Now, just like one person made sense. I was listening to my brother A1 and Angry White Man, him and my man Will Old School. They my bros. They the Hall of Notes of boxing talk, bro, or the Warsaw hard rock style. Fuck with those brothers. And he made sense. He said, "Listen, man. Once your mind is not in it anymore, you know, and he really, you can tell there's a lot of frustration going on with the man." You know, so it's some things that's something that he ain't feeling about this fucking sport. So he wants to get up out of here. So I'll be damned if I'm going to criticize somebody who made $40 million. It just sounds like a bunch of jealous ass people to me, CDK. And I don't like jealous ass people. I don't like jealous ass people. I don't like haters and perpetrators and all that shit. It's his fucking prerogative. I ain't gonna eat the man up. Yeah, I of course I wanted to see him fight Shakur, but it's nothing I can do about it. But just like A1 said, now that he's gonna leave the sport, now let these motherfuckers make a name for themselves. Cause it seemed like CK, and I'm gonna pass it to you real quick, bro. Okay. It seems like these dudes can't make no big money motherfucking fights without Tank Davis. And Tank Davis, he is a part of boxing, so he's going to be missed. Because now let me see these motherfuckers make a big money fight without motherfucking Tank Davis. Let's see the boxing world talk without mentioning Tank fucking Davis. Let Tank Davis take his 40, 50 mil and run off to the motherfucking sunset. And you can be mad about everything else. Just don't do it around Crush. Take your big crybaby ass and go cry in a motherfucking car. We don't do no crying over here.
That's right. That's right. Now, my brother, one thing about me and my brother, we love each other so much and respect each other. We can have the same opinion, different opinion. We always gonna be on the same page regardless because that's what we do. And that's what the Grumpy OG is about. I don't care about tank return. I feel like if you want to hang your boots up, I would rather you retire. If you're not focused in boxing, you can get hurt. And I think Tank is tired of something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I do want to see him fight Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, a few other names. But at the same time, if you offer me $40 million, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the $40 million. I can promise you every day of the week, I'm going to take that $40 million. And that's what I like about what Cool Boy said today. Cool Boy said he don't care nothing about what people talking about. He's not mad at Tank for taking the $40 million. He wants to see the fights. He's a fan of boxing, even though he boxed. He want to see Tank take on Shakur Stevenson in those fights. And listen, I'm going to say this right here for people. You can't be mad at Shakur for chasing money because they all chase money. That's what boxing is about. It's called prize fighting. So if he's chasing Tank, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about that. He's looking for the big bag. And guess what Tank did? Tank found the big bag, right? So should nobody have a problem with that? Attack and everybody else got to do what they got to do to make sure their name stays out there in the public. So there's plenty of fight. Let him move on. I do want him to beat Jake Paul because I feel like this. This is where my problem lies, folks. Jake Paul is a coward. Jake Paul could fight David Benavidez. He could fight Arthur. He could fight Dimitri. He could fight Ja. All these people around your weight class. But you continue to try to make a mockery of the sport. That's what the problem I get. And I hope Tank some kind of way. I pray to God. I hate to do this, but I pray to God Tank knocks him out. I do, man. I really do.
I think you want to hurt him for real.
He do, Crush.
I really do think you want to hurt him for real, man.
He do, Crush. He wants to hurt him for real, and I want to see him get knocked out. And it's not gonna bother me one bit. I don't care. I love boxing, and I come through an era like Crush where we know boxing is different now. I feel like the Floyd Mayweather, when he decided that his O was the biggest thing to, in boxing, he made it seem like to other boxers that you couldn't lose anymore. And a lot of boxers don't want to lose no more. I ain't talking about just Tank. Everybody. Boxing, what people fail to realize is this. Now, period. People blame everything on Tank, but is it only Tank? No. When you look at boxing, ain't there a million fights that you want to see? Don't you want to see Abdullah Mason and Floyd Schofield? These two young guys get out there and fight. I'm just thinking of name, folks. That's all I'm doing. I'm thinking about people that I could actually want to see fight. I think about Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. I think about Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? I think about Keyshawn Davis and Teofimo Lopez, but the list goes on and it goes on and it goes on of fighters, and we're not getting these fights. So I think the problem is that people look at Tank because he can sell out arenas and do what he's done. Listen, he came up on the Floyd Mayweather. Can you blame him for wanting to try to get his bag? Can you blame him for wanting to try to feed his family? No, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I just want everybody to decide whether or not boxing is what you really want to do. And if you don't want to do it, guess what Tank is telling you? I don't want to be the face of boxing. I just want to move on my life and do what I do. How can you be mad at any man for saying that he don't want to box no more? That's his decision. It's nobody else's decision. I'm not mad at him for that. I don't never care about stuff like that. Now, as being an avid boxing fan, I get mad when I feel like I want to see fights and it don't happen because I feel like Tank and Shakur the 50-50 fight every day of the week. I don't care what nobody say. Do I care about a rematch with Lamar Roach? No. I don't think Tank was focused when he fought Lamar Roach. This is my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. You know, you could think that Lamar Roach showed up and showed out, but I don't think we seen the best Tank that night. That's just how I feel. I feel like Tank got a lot of things on his mind. Anytime you don't see Calvin in Tank corner and he has another trainer, I don't care how long they've been with him. Calvin brings the best out of Tank. And like Crush just said, and that's why I agree with it. Tank is serious about this fight because you know why I seen it at the first press conference? Cap. So I think this fight is serious for Tank. Tank wants to go out there and prove a point. He's not going to let Jake Paul continue to make boxing look bad. Even if he don't knock Jake Paul out, if he goes out and outboxes Jake Paul and make him look bad, Jake Paul is going to look real bad because you're 195 pound, the 200 pound man. It don't look good. Chris, what do you think about all that?
Hey, I like the fact that you brought that up, and that's a great point. And people, I'm gonna say this: he might be trying to do you motherfuckers a goddamn favor. I'm gonna say it again. He might be trying to do y'all motherfucking favor because a lot of people is not happy with Jake Paul because they think he's playing around with boxing. Is he bringing some prosperity to it for as money wise? Yes. But he's keep acting like he's a real boxer, and he's the fuck not. He's not. He's not. He's simply not. He's a YouTuber, a rich kid, you know that got money and making more fucking money. Now let's think about this. You think Jake Paul would have been like this if he would have tried to do this shit in another fucking sport?
Nope.
Thank you very much. Boxing is pretty much open. You know, far as when it comes to that, you can get into the sport like this. You ain't gonna go into no basketball, football, none of that other shit, doing the shit that Jake Paul is doing. Because they simply don't need his motherfucking goddamn money. But I tell you what, these fighters did. These fighters needed Jake Paul to come in here and see if they can get some of this money. Let's just keep it real. Because Jake Paul is doing something that some of your fighters fucking promoters ain't doing. Y'all talking about motherfucking goddamn Turkey. Look, every time motherfucking Jake Paul do something, the whole fucking world is going to fuck off. The entire world is not going off when you hear Turkey's putting out something. Okay, for all you turkey bacon diehards, here it is, well done, crunchy. You know what I'm saying? Take a bite and you'll be all right. But this guy, now, if Jake Paul was to stop being a pretender and just went into promoting, he'd be fucking awesome.
Yes,
and I think that's the problem that people have with him. Because I say, yo, you're not a fighter. Stop playing around with it. It's good to jump in the ring and get some experience and play around with it, but you play with that shit on a console like I do. Or go put the motherfucking gloves on. For real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, either way, he has brought some prosperity to the sport. Now, he's being selective about who he want to give some money to. So be mad at Jake Paul. Be the fuck mad at Jake Paul. Because guess who called who? Jake Paul called Tank. He didn't call no Jake Paul. Talk about that part, everybody. Y'all want to be talking about everything. Now, you know, I figure I'd give y'all a damn cook on it since the fucking cook, because this is going out the door. This is the outro. Last call for alcohol. Tank gonna put his name on a fucking wall and say, fuck y'all. Then another thing, everybody, look at Tank. He's making the fans upset. He telling the fans, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. How many times Shakur said it? How many times has Shakur said it? Y'all wasn't upset about Shakur saying it. Oh, y'all just said it real quick and then y'all tucked it a damn way. But now that Tank said it, oh, I guess y'all feel it from Tank more than y'all felt it from Shakur. Shakur shit was just a little whisper, huh? Tank says it, or he said it with his chest. Got the whole boxing world shaking in their motherfucking pants and the ground that's under their feet. Man, if y'all cool it now like New Edition, and get with the New Edition of what the fuck is going on. This is these people's career, his career, and everybody else's. And this is a detrimental sport. A sport that has killed, that has unalived, intentionally or unintentionally. so someone can get up out of this sport when they mental is still together. Because this sport have your shit rattled. That's why you think y'all keep talking about fighters can't read. It ain't the fact that fighters can't read. They got a stuttering fucking problem, you idiots. Stop thinking everybody can't read. They got a stuttering problem. Get punched upside your motherfucking head. They all talk with a little slur or a little stutter. Every last one of them, you knuckleheads. You getting punched upside your motherfucking head 20-something, 30 years of your goddamn life. You think you gonna be talking clear? Shit. I don't get punched upside my head and I stutter sometimes, motherfuckers, and I can read very well. Y'all don't know that.
Right.
Y'all don't know what y'all be talking about, trying to get up in the boxing community and sound like motherfucking scientists and this, that, and other. Man, get this science. I'm dropping science. Man, my bro, like Craig G. Y'all know that old school hit. If not, go pull up the Marley Marl, goddamn, Code Center Volume 1 and then holler at your boy. We dropping science.
Nothing but science. Nothing but science.
Y'all talking about, man. So, of course, I would want any of these fighters to be able to make as much money as they can, because this shit is really prize fighting. Boxing is really prize fighting, not championship fighting. God damn it.
Prize fighting. Prize fighting.
It's prize fighting. What's the prize? Money, 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 money. Like the Asian ladies say when you go to the goddamn nail salon with your woman. Money, 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 honey, honey, honey.
Right.
You know, that's what the Asian way. No money, no honey. Yeah, so y'all know I goes to the goddamn, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I go with the lady to the goddamn nail salon. Shit, I pay for this shit. Don't mean
Me too. I do it all the time. All the time, Crush. I go.
Cool shit. It's some cool shit. Get hit with it, men. Huh? Get hit with it. You really want to be a man? Sometimes you gotta go to these women places with the ladies. I don't have a problem with it. Been doing it all my goddamn life. Been doing it all my damn life. I go to nail salon with them and all that shit. So when I go in there, they be like, money, honey, he pay. Oh, you want a pedicure too? Nah, I don't want you motherfuckers touching my feet. I ain't letting you double your pleasure with my damn pocket like it's doubling gum, bitch. You can't hustler. Now slow down. I like what you're doing, Asian lady, but take care of my lady, you know what I mean? And not take care of my goddamn self. You know what I mean?
I like the way you do that right there. Just remember why you do that right there.
Exactly. That's what we talking about over here, man. But shit, Tim said he want to get up out of here. Now, and I think, and I would just take a guess of a reason, maybe one out of a few. A lot of yes men.
Yes, it is, Crush. We got to get rid of these damn yes men. And man, you put me up on Crush. Crush, you put me up on something, and I don't mean to cut y'all, bro. But I'm gonna tell STN, this is for all of us that's a part of the STN Nation. Don't go to nobody's channel by yourself, because what you do, you're gonna run into a rude crowd. You're gonna run into people that got their own followers, and you're gonna be under hostile territory. And if you're not ready for it, guess what can happen? Man, they can make you look bad when you know what you're talking about. So anytime STN step, we're going to step deep and we're going to go over there and talk our shit and we're going to let people have it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, whether you're right or wrong, we're going to still have your back, especially when people are making you look terrible. So I don't want nobody from STN going anywhere by themselves when it comes to the YouTube streets, because, man, you hear so much talking. Man, you got to be on top of your game. You got to know what you're saying, when you're saying it, what you're talking about. And I just listen to a lot of stuff, man. I just go through the channels, man. They look to catch you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And she said, what she saying? She said, let them touch your feet, Crush. Listen, I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Hold up. I'll let you touch my feet, Angie, baby, but not the little Chinese lady. Not.
Hell no.
Let the sister touch my feet.
My feet.
Those chemicals that they be using, and they use some kind of chemical, right, to where in a couple of weeks you gotta go right back. Yeah, Angie, baby, I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to too much shit. Yeah, I mean, and I deal with it. I got a crazy ass fucking friend. She crazy as shit. I love her to death. I tell my brother about her, and he's the only one I talk to about her. Crazy as shit, but so intelligent. It's kind of hard to get away from her, but she's in the medical field, and I love women who works in the medical field because it helps me learn shit. I like to learn off of people. I can't learn off you. I can't lay down with you. I can't go inside you. None of that shit. If I'm learning from you and all that, I can deal with some damn things. But sometimes you goddamn woman need to calm down. I don't want to hear that shit y'all talking all the goddamn time. Shut the hell up. You got a 20-minute window with me. You don't want me arguing back with you. Okay, you got 20 minutes to vent. After that 20 minutes, you got to shut the fuck up as a woman or you want to start hearing my mouth and I don't want to hear no shit about an argument. I gave you 20 minutes, no interruption. If you can turn 20 minutes into 2 hours. No, you got a 20-minute window and you got to shut the fuck up or I'm going to pour something out and I'm going to shut it up for you. Now you make your choice. God damn it.
Hey, Crush, you 100% right. And one thing my woman told me a long time ago when we first got together, we gonna put your feet in lotion together for the next 30 days straight. And she rubbed lotion on my feet for about 7 times a day for 30 days straight until them was got soft. Cause I told her I didn't care. I said, boy, listen, I got a pocket full of money and my feet ain't gonna never look like honey. Hey, boy, Crush, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, boy. I had to get them together, bro. I had to get them together. I got them together now, though. They looking pretty spiffy.
Right.
But guess what I don't care about, Crush? That's most men don't really care about stuff like that. We don't care about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, long my woman feet look good and they gonna stay looking good. That's all I worry about. Her feet look beautiful. That's it. That's all I want to see.
We simple. As long as our ass is clean, bro.
That's it.
As long as we wash our ass, we wash our body, we really don't give a fuck. Now I ain't gonna go outside ashy now because I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
But
no.
I don't get into all that, and I don't knock men that get pedicures and all that shit. I got a homie. We call this motherfucker Mr. Hollywood. He's the only motherfucker that walk around that wears his feet out.
Oh yeah, I hate it, Crush. I hate it.
Motherfucker got pretty feet, goddamn. One day I was in a fucking store, right? And you know, I'm a heckler, y'all, you know. So I goes in the store and shit. So he in there, he got his Gucci motherfucker Jones on. So it was a joint in there, her feet was hacked up, y'all. So I go and I said, World. I said, why you gotta do that, man? He said, what you talk about? Call little smooth motherfucker, right? What you talking about, Carl? I said, man, why you had to come in the store today? You know what I mean? Showing your feet out and all that. He said, you know, I do this all the time. I said, what you showing off? Because there's people in the store that ain't take care of their feet before they walked out the door. The girl looked at me and looked at his feet. She looked at me. She said, you know what, motherfucker? If I didn't know you, I'd cut you the fuck out. She said, but goddamn, World, your feet is pretty as shit. She said, my shit ain't fucked up, but goddamn, I need to go straight to my shit the fuck out. Ain't no man gonna be having pretty feet better than me. She said, I'm going right to the motherfucking salon, the nail salon when I get out of here. Man, we bust out laughing the whole entire fucking store, man. They said, Crush, what is wrong with you? I said, y'all know it's me, it's Crush, man. I like to make people laugh.
Tell me I'm lying. I'll be back. I'm gonna lie. Yeah. Hey, Crush, I'm gonna tell you something I don't like, Crush. Now this is my pet peeve, man. If you a woman and you ain't got your feet done, don't you put no damn flip-flops on or none of that and your toe paint is chipped. I don't like it, Crush. I don't like it. I don't want to see it. Don't do it. Let it go. If you ain't got your polish together, keep your socks on with flip-flops, house shoes, or whatever. But don't have your toes out. Don't have them out. I tell women that.
Don't be having your feet out. And it looked like you was doing a moonwalk challenge with Michael Jackson and some goddamn flower or something. Your shit is all ashy and shit. What the hell is wrong with you? Go put some shit or something. your motherfucking feet is ashy and dirty. You know when they wear them sandals and those flip flops and the bottom of their feet is dirty. If you didn't wash your feet, you didn't wash your damn ass. You probably didn't wash your face. So you got eye boogers in your goddamn face. What's wrong with you? Up in my face in the morning time, how you doing, Crush? You got eye boogers in your goddamn face. Your feet is ashy and shit like you was pasting, trying to copy and paste with your feet and all that. What the hell? And then you talking about you that bitch. I don't want a bitch. I want a woman. Now you could life is a bitch, so woman gonna be a bitch at some time. But I don't want no damn bitch. The hell wrong with you? I'm a man.
I want a lady. Give me a lady.
I want a lady.
That's it. Give me a lady.
And I get it, some ladies come in all type of forms. We got some ladies that's very stern, like tomboys, but they still ladies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And like my boy said, Crush, you remember? I know, Crush. You a hip hop fanatic. So like my boy said, I like them light skinned, yellow, brown, Puerto Rican, a Haitian. You can't miss me.
My man Fife Dog for the Zulu Nation.
You know it. You can't miss me,
so
Crush.
You in the back that we can get down. And let's knock the boost like the group H-Town. Got BBD all across the wall. Yeah, the Tribe Called Quest, baby. Hell yeah. I was just listening to the Tribe Called Quest going to work the other day, man. I said, let me throw on my Tribe playlist, man, because I make my own playlist, and I listen to all type of music. But I'm a funk baby, y'all. I'm a funk and jazz baby. You know what I mean? You watch when you see me CDK with me, you gonna be like, I listen to that shit. I listen to the music that people sample. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I listen to James Brown for real. I listen to James Brown and the Flames, James Brown and JBs. I listen to Parliament Funkadelic. I am a Parliament and Funkadelic baby. Cause that's all my mother, may her rest in heaven, man. She been going ever since I was 7 years old. My mama passed when I was 7 years old, and she was a young 27-year-old. But she was into that funk music, and I was her baby boy. So she used to roll her J's, smoke her J's, listen to Parliament, Funkadelic, the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind and Fire, Ohio Players, Boosie, all that shit. So I was a funk baby, and I always wanted to say to my mom, what song was on when you and my daddy was getting down? It was any goddamn music.
I'm grabbing my charger, Crush. 1 second. Keep going, Crush. I'm grabbing my charger. Take me 2 seconds. Grab the charger.
All right, bro. Yeah, I'm a funk baby. I love that funk, and I love R&B music. Of course, I sit down and I listen to all type of music. Sometimes I might sit and listen to nothing but women sing all day, but I'm really picky about women vocalists that I listen to. I can listen to Anita Baker. I can listen to Shaka Khan, one of my all-time crush. Tina Marie, which I just heard, and I can't wait. And hopefully, when it's done, that they do an awesome job. So her daughter came out recently and said they're going to do a biopic on Tina Marie. And I'm so happy about it, and hopefully they do it and give her just due, because Tina Marie, one of the greatest vocalists and one of the greatest voices in singing, no matter the genre of music. Hell of a writer, and she's a hell of a musician, a multi-musician. She can play multiple instruments. She can play guitar. She can play saxophone. She can play drums. She plays the shit out of the piano. And I can listen to all her heartbroken songs, all her songs about, when love was hurting. I can listen to it and feel that ease, and and don't feel like I don't want to hear a woman talking about what a man did. She makes it so beautiful. Oh man, I love me some Tina Marie. So hopefully they do a great job with coming out with our biopic. Her daughter talked about it, and it's gonna be an amazing thing. So if anybody listening that has anything to do with what's going on with Tina Marie. If y'all don't do that shit right, I'm gonna go postal like that mailman back in the 80s when he lost his goddamn job. He's ready to kill every goddamn body. I'm gonna go nuts. So y'all better do Tina Marie right, because I hate when they do these biopics and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they be half ass and be disrespectful with it and all that. And speaking of that, we gonna see another Michael Jackson story. I don't. They can make as many as they want until they really get it right. Only one of them been pretty good so far, and that was the first one. They had my man Cochise playing the dad and all that. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
so this
yeah.
one, so this one that's coming out, we're gonna have A. Jackson playing Michael Jackson. It's gonna be one of Tito's sons. From
Okay,
uh,
okay.
one of three T is going to be, and I think it's Jafar, Afar, one of those guys, and they he looked just like Mike, so that's going to be good to have him playing his uncle. He can actually fucking sing. The Jacksons, they DNA runs all through them, from their looks to their voices, how they speak and things like that. So that's going to be very good, and hopefully he put in the right time with a drama coach. You know what I mean? So his acting be on point. But I think the kid is going to do an awesome job, because I think from the root of it, just playing his uncle, it ain't gonna be too much. You're gonna have to polish with this kid, because just from the passion of it, and then it's not too much he had to learn, because he learned a whole lot about his uncle. So I think that's gonna be awesome. That's coming out in the beginning of 26. So I can't wait to see that shit, man. But
Me, I
yeah.
can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I think it's gonna be all time great movie or whatever you want to call it. But he's gonna show up, man. Him and Michael were close. Michael was real close to Tito kids. So I think that's gonna help a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Them knowing Michael personally and being able to really just give a real view of who Michael was. We hear so much stuff and see so much stuff, but man, Michael Jackson's an icon. It's just like I go on when I tell people, like, when they had the verses going on. And I tell people all the time, when it comes to that R&B thing, R. Kelly, whether you like him or not, to me, was the king. That was just my personal opinion. I thought he had, because you got to take in the fact that the man wrote for everybody. He wrote songs for everybody. R. Kelly's song wrote, he done it all. It ain't too much he couldn't do. So R. Kelly, to me, was the king of R&B. You know what I'm saying? I put Michael in that category of stratosphere of pop. You know what I'm saying? And to me, he's the king of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got different kings all over, man, when it comes to this music thing. You know, and my rapper, I know, Tupac was my favorite rapper. Everybody likes somebody, but I love LL. I love different rappers when it came to music. I like all kind of music, man. I listen to country. You can't miss me, man. You just can't miss me. I love music, man. I listen to it all. Outside of that old hard rock and roll, whatever that stuff is, you know what I'm saying? I don't listen to that, man, bang your head on the window, you know what I'm saying, fall on the wall. I don't listen to all that mess. But anything else, man, play it and let me hear it. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But Crush, I want to move on to something, Crush, because one thing about us, man, we talk about everything. It ain't just about boxing. We cover boxing, but we just, we throw everything in there. So I'm gonna go back to boxing for a minute. We might jump off course again. Ain't no telling what we might say. You know, this Teofimo Lopez situation. Do you feel like Teofimo really wants to take on one of these tough challenges? What's going on with this dude?
No, Teofimo Lopez is what I call he's really a scary ass dude. I
High
don't care
power. I call him a high power coward.
how power coward. I like that. He don't impress me, man. He knows that for the type of payday that he's looking for, the person he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to get the ring in there with is going to whoop his ass, because see,
Mm-hmm.
he can't generate that money like that. He's not a money generator, just like most of them aren't. And this is why a lot
Right,
of
right.
boxing fans is mad, because their favorite fighter is not a cash cow. Boxing never
Yep.
had uh 10 fucking cash cows, so calm down on that. But T.O., he just an opportunist, and he's creating his own opportunity. This dude is not trying to do anything but cap. I think he's trying to use boxing to grab attention from somewhere else. Maybe WWE may say, "Hey, Tio, we come over here," and he's looking for something like that. I wish the whole come out and say it, but Tio know that he's going to start motherfucking losing. I got Shakur Stevenson taking his ass to fucking school. I
Yeah,
got
man,
I got I got
for
Shakur
real.
taking him to school and hurting his damn pride because he gonna be upset that Shakur's not a puncher like that, but damn, this man can box and he can't.
Yep, yep,
Uh,
yep.
Tank would knock T.O. the fuck out. Tank would
Plum
knock
out.
T.O. the fuck out. And we already know what Devin would do because that's one dude he is scared to death of. He's scared of Devin Haney. I don't give a
He
fuck
is.
what
He is.
Ryan Garcia did to
High
Devin
power
Haney.
coward. High power
I don't give
coward.
a fuck if Brian Norman Jr. come out and beat Dev, but T.O. is scared to death of Devin Haney, and I don't care who Devin Haney lose to. Devin Haney would beat T.O. ass.
Yep.
That should be like he'll run a goddamn Bud versus motherfucking Canelo Alvarez on that motherfucker until he goddamn fall. That's what happened to him. So I always had a few guys beating on T.O. ass. Remember T.O. used to motherfucking talk for the back about Adrian Broner until Broner stepped to him, man, they ain't like that, and then never want to get in the ring with him. So it's a lot of motherfucking smoke, or should I say, meat. He got a whole lot of shit that's left on the plate, and we just gonna talk about T.O. T.O. got a whole motherfucker. He got the whole goddamn table from Coming to America at the beginning when the mom and dad was sitting there. They got all the food. That's how much shit T.O. got on the motherfucking goddamn table, and it's goddamn fault that he can't sit at the table and eat. That's his damn fault. I don't like him. I hope they get him somebody that he gonna have to fight no matter what, and they whoop his motherfucking ass. And that's one person who can get the fuck up out of boxing. In my honest opinion, dollar or no dollar, he can fucking go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Crush. And I think what he's been doing, people don't want to hear this. The reason I call him a high power coward is because I feel like this. I think T.O. is using race as a way where people won't put him in the ring with fighters that we want to see. Because I think he realizes he's been in the gym with these guys. He know what they bring to the table. Devin Haney, the Tanks of the world, Shakur's. He know what comes to that table, man. He's always looking for an out or exit. Listen, you can't make 1.5 million in your the biggest paycheck you ever made, and then turn down 10 million for a fight. It doesn't make sense to me. I could be wrong, but if I made 1.5 million, you know what I'm saying, and then I think he got a problem because his old lady over there pillow talking with a black man. You know what I'm saying? He over there bending her over, breaking her back, and he don't know what to do about it. His ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? He hated that. That killed T.O. When T.O. found out that his ex-wife was with a black man, he went berserk. Now all of a sudden he don't like black people. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to say. But man, we didn't do it to you. One man done it to you. Your ex-wife done it to you. Stop hating on us. We've done nothing to you, Crush. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it, man. That dude right there is a clown. He retarded. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of almost. He's a worse individual. I can listen to Rolly talk. Rolly does. I noticed another day. Rolly Romero actually makes sense sometimes about stuff he's talking about. He knows boxing. You know what I'm saying? People think he's I feel like Rolly plays a lot, but Rolly knows what he's talking about. Just like he called kind of the Terrence Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? He was going back and forth, but when you listen to him and broke it down, he really did know what he was talking about. So I got to give him nothing but respect. You know what I'm saying? I give Rolly respect when it comes to that. I ain't never heard him make those kind of comments about black people. So it lets me know T.O. has always been that type of guy. His dad, when you see his dad, you can tell his dad that type of guy. That's why they whooped his ass in that gym in there, running your mouth, talking about black folks, and you got your ass whooped, and you need another ass whooping. You and your son need a good ass whooping, man. That's just how I feel about them, Crush.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Rolly Romero, real quick, Rolly is just a troll. He be trolling, but Rolly
That's it.
Rolly just be trolling. Rolly got a lot of motherfucking sense, man.
Sure do.
He got a lot of sense. He does. He has a lot of sense. We call him Yellow Bus because the way he act. But you listen to him when he makes sense. When he's talking for real, he be making a whole lot of sense. And when he want to talk his bullshit and be a troll, he does that. But it's times when he be straight up and just be on some boxing shit and just talk from a
Yeah,
boxing term, from a boxer's aspect. And I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
Rolly know his shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and Rolly is likable though. People we like
very, very
Rolly.
likable, very likable.
We like Rolly. We used to like
Yep,
Ryan motherfucking crazy ass. You know what I
so
mean? But
did.
still, he ain't as bad as motherfucking goddamn T. I don't give a fuck what Ryan did. Cause Ryan
Nah, he,
actually really fucked with you know what I mean, with our folks. He really does. So, you know, he was doing shit to gain shit, but it worked for him.
yeah,
And
it
T.O.,
did.
it worked for him. It worked for Ryan because Ryan already had a fan base going on, very likable kid. Um, and we wanted to see him fight everybody, which I would give
Yeah,
credit to. When it comes to those four kings, he got the bet. He got the bet out the two because he did get Deb and Tank. So I mean, so yeah, he definitely gets he has the better out of the four kings, so to speak. Far as getting in the ring with each other. I mean, he did get Deb and Tank. So yeah. Um,
yeah. I two of the four kings, or however you want to look at it. And he stood on that. And people can say what they want to say about Ryan as far as his character. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it's for play. I don't think he really feels like that. You know what I'm saying? I think Ryan knows what he's doing. But he's also got a lot of people. He knows that there's a crowd. There's a bunch of people that don't like black people. We know that. You know what I'm saying? They hate everything about us. And Ryan Garcia is using that to his advantage. That's what he's doing. Teofimo Lopez tried to follow suit, is what he did, and it backfired on him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He tried to follow what Ryan was doing, and nobody, you know what I'm saying, really wanted to hear anything you had to say. But I want to see Teofimo fight somebody of relevance in the next few months. If he's not fighting Shakur Stevenson, I don't want to see him fight because I really don't watch Teofimo Lopez like that. I've never liked him as a fighter to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I think he does have decent skills. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but he's never been a fan favorite to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you feel about him. That's how I feel about him. But if he don't fight one of those guys, man, he turns down 10 million again like he did against Devin. I can't do nothing but keep calling him a high power coward. That's all I can do, Crush.
Yeah, that's what he is. Shout out to Thomas Hill, Mr. Chills, Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collective in the
Where he at?
building
Where
with
he at?
us. He right there, man. He said salute to Jamaican freaking legends, salute to CDK, salute fam,
My brother.
salute. Yeah, we cooking. You never know. We come on any goddamn hour. God damn it. That's how we
Yeah,
doing. We
yeah.
talking about a little bit everything, man. We talk about boxing. We talk about a little bit everything, Tom Hill, man. And yeah. So yeah, T.O. he got to get the hell out of boxing, man. So
Yeah.
how did you hear about Janet Beck saying, okay, if Bud want to come down here, I'm all with it. So how you feel about that? Janet Beck saying, yeah, Bud want to come down to 160. I'm with it. He said, I see corns and bunions too. Oh, yeah, we was talking about feet. We was talking about. Wait till you
I
catch the
heard
clip
one
back,
of the
man.
guys in the Beck's trainer that actually said they don't believe that 17 and 0 is what I'm trying to figure out at the 160. They 17 and 0, but actually said they don't feel like their fighter has the skill set right now. Bud. So I think that was a big step. And if your trainer thinking like that, you either need to fire your trainer, get in the ring with Bud. I don't know what you need to do, but your trainer already doubted you. You know that's not good. And I heard the trainer say that. You know what I'm saying? I think Bud's gonna go back to 160, and I'm not mad at that. But I do. I want to ask you about this. And David Benavidez said he never Bud. He doesn't want to fight Bud because his thing was he wanted to beat and let Canelo hand over the keys to that hundred. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to the Mexican fan base, and that's what he really wanted to do. Can you be mad at David Benavidez for that?
Hell no. Because Terrence
You can't.
Crawford was never David Benavidez's business. Terrence Crawford shouldn't even be David Benavidez business. Oh, why, man? Because simply because he shouldn't. Because Terrence Crawford ain't going up to no motherfucking 175, and David Benavidez is not going down to no 68 or no goddamn 60. And rightfully so, because we knew that's what Canelo was doing, was avoiding that. And still in all, I'm glad you brought this up, brother. And still in all, guess what? The motherfucker's still the face of boxing. Tell me I'm fucking lying. Tell me I'm incorrect. He's still the face of Latino, Mexican boxing, and he's still the face of fucking boxing.
Yeah.
So strategically, Canelo knew what the fuck he was doing. He said, well, if I go lose to, black fighter, that don't get turned over like that. This is not like the Floyd and Oscar situation where they was the best two out of everybody that was always around the same weight classes. You know what I'm saying? These two dudes was never really mentioned until Terrence Crawford and his team bought him up. You know what I mean? 2 years later, they've been prepping for 2 years. And then let us know in the last few months leading up to this fight, we've been working on this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. It's not the same. So it's not going to hold the same weight. So yeah, man. So he still is. And he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to turn it over to David Benavidez. He wants to retire and just leave it up in the air and make people battle for it. But I would give it to David Benavidez. Some people was saying maybe they was trying to say Berlinga. Oh my goodness, but I knew that wasn't gonna fucking work. Who the hell is Berlinga? Berlinga is a fake ass terror squad / rapper / boxer. He's like the Latino version of Montana Love. He don't know what the hell you want to be. A rapper, a gangster, a model, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man. But if my team would have said that, they fired.
Yeah, they fired. You don't tell me nothing like that.
I'm trying to get this opportunity, motherfucker. And you said no, but this man just fought somebody who had 6 fights less than me at 154. How dare you? Magic Mom was ready, and I got 6 more fucking fights than Magic Mom. He had 11. I got 17, bitch.
Yeah, I just feel like as a trainer, you should never tell your fighter that. Like, you already putting him behind the gun and telling him he can't win. And you also telling me that you don't feel like you're the same trainer as Bomac. Because a lot of boxing, whether people believe it or not, comes down to a few things. Being able to have talent and also listen to the person in your corner. That's big, very big. I think people don't give trainers or, coaches some of the credit they should get, man. And I think Bomac is a very good trainer.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him credit where credit is due. Bomac been doing his job. He's in the corner right now with Chris Eubank, coming up for this fight with Conor Benn. And I think Chris Eubank once again take care of business. I don't see Conor Benn beating him. And I think now, without him having an advantage, he's really in trouble.
Yeah,
He in trouble. He in trouble.
Definitely. He's in
Mr.
trouble.
Hill, what you doing? Tell Mr. Hill, say, come on stage, man. Come on stage. Talk your talk, man. Walk your walk.
Hey, Tom, you can come up, brother. I dropped the Lizzie. That's the
Mr. Tell him, come up, talk your talk, walk that walk. The doors of F10 is always open. You know how they say the doors of the church is open? Well, the doors of F10 is open as well.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have fun tomorrow, man. I'm going around to the Ron in his media workout tomorrow. Yeah. Salute the
That's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be exciting.
That's pretty dope.
That's gonna be good right there, man.
Yeah, I got the actually when Tommy was on earlier, when he was cooking earlier, I had got the email confirmation from Matchroom. So that was cool, man. So that's cool. So that's right around the corner. I just gotta walk around the corner, man. Say it again, bro.
Everything you had going on. They checked out everything you had going on and seen you
Yeah.
and you know your stuff
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, you rocking and rolling on this now. So they definitely need you there. They need to hear from you. They need different people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have and I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to see how this fight looks at 154 and I want people wrong. Go for that fight. And let's see what happens. I feel like Boots is that guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Boots has a lot to offer. And I just feel like the time is now before, you know, you get up in your 30s or whatever. Go ahead and start taking on these challenges because I don't think they're really challenge. I don't think Virgil is really a challenge. I'm telling you, son, I think Lubin has a real big chance of beating Virgil. My personal opinion.
Oh, I'm giving Luba the chance. I called it a 50-50 fight. I don't give a damn what they got to say. Oh man, I gotta get an
Yeah, I
STN
think it is too. I think
WOG hoodie made. Man, that would have been nice if I would have had my STN WOG shirt on tomorrow. But this time I'm gonna represent any goddamn way. You know STN gonna be in
you
the
better
building.
believe it. You better believe it. What up, Mr. Hill?
Hey man, I'm sitting here listening.
What's up, Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collective? The coolest vibe. The coolest vibe on YT. The only man I know that can calm me down. He come through and
Yeah,
cool me
hey,
down.
hey, that
That's my man. There's only two cats that can cool me down on this shit, and that's these two cool ass chill brothers right here. But Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collective, the man that speaks the master of the universe word, who worships the universe, Mr. Tommy Hill himself. What's going on, my brother?
hey man, you know, I'm rolling with the grumpy OGs, crush the Mickey Ricky legend, CDK. You know what I'm saying? I'm here in rarefied air, bro. You know when the air is rare up there, it's hard to breathe sometimes. So I'm taking breaths like they was up in the boat on Harlem Nights.
Oh,
Definitely,
that's my
definitely,
boy.
man. My brother. You, hey, man. You can breathe anywhere. They say you go to Mars anywhere, Mr. Hill, and you gonna be okay. You gonna be okay.
Hey, but I'm just, you know, today, you know, I, I heard somebody say something very poignant today, and I don't understand the people that was actually being talked to or spoken to really
Yeah.
heard it because, you know, people be so in their feelings or so in their way of thinking, man. I heard a man say, you know, I want to be like most fans. I want to say this and say that. But when I'm thinking about it, yo, this thing makes a little bit more sense than a little bit. And you know, I understand why somebody would do something or make some decisions like that.
Yeah.
That being the case, man, I'm gonna say, as I've always said, bro, I think we, especially with talking with these fights and these fighters, we don't recognize how much the fighters get taken advantage of in this game. How much these people make off their backs. I mean, Manny Pacquiao should not be having to fight for no money right now. With all the fights that he sold in the crux of his career, and you know how much people gravitated to and watched his shows, ponied up to watch his shows, but yet and still, you find somebody that's been on the ring for a minute, been in an office for his country, having to come back and fight. And a little bit of it is of his own doing, but the fact is that you know he never fully got compensated what he should have been compensated when he was fighting, and it's a shame because he gave us such amazing fights, and you know he's in this predicament where you know he's still fighting. That there isn't a committee that is there for the boxers, that's
Mm-hmm.
fighting for the boxers, that are protecting the boxers. We don't
Yeah.
have them being looked after with insurance and things of that nature. And, you know, all these things come into play when you're thinking about the people whose palms really get greased Now, granted, they spend some money, so it take money make money. I understand that, but it also takes a product, and the product should be also seeing some of the money. And unfortunately, many times that is not the case. You have some rare people that actually get to see that bread, and kudos to them. That being said, we don't need to be hating out here on these fighters.
That's
We don't
right.
need to be talking down on these fighters, man. In fact, we need to be uplifting these fighters, and these fighters need to understand that what they do to get in that ring, people truly appreciate. And a lot of times we don't do that, man. We don't do it for various reasons too, and that's the coldest part about it. Oftentimes, it's not because of the work that they put in the ring that you just not happy with. More times than not, it don't even got nothing to do with them. It got something to do with somebody else or something else someone told
Man,
them. And
man.
that to me just is mind boggling, man. I hear people going at each other on social media over people who might know of you because they might have seen something that you have clipped up on a short or something like that. They don't really
Yeah.
know you. And like,
Yeah.
yo, I refuse to go ham over somebody that don't even know my name. Hey, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? That ain't really, yo, when I'm sick, helping me get back health, get back well. When I'm hungry,
Damn
giving
right.
me something to eat. When it's cold
Mm.
outside, giving me a place to stay, nice, warm, and cozy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in any form of need or any form of want, not even there to provide for me, and yet we have these people do that, man, and it's crazy. And then they
Mr.
go ahead
Hill,
and
can I
say,
ask you a question? Not cutting you off. Can I ask you a question?
"Oh
Because
yeah,
I really want to ask you how you feel about this because of what you're saying. And I agree 100%. Let me say this first. I agree 100% with you. What I want to ask you is, because I want you to elaborate on this. Would you take 5 million to fight someone, or would you say 40 million can take me out the game and I can take care of my family for the rest of their life? What would you do? Any the
um,
easier fight. It could be an easier fight.
if it's between 40 and 5, I think I would definitely. I would be a fool not to choose the 40. I
Yes,
would
sir.
not.
Yes, sir.
I would be a fool not to choose the 40 because
Mm.
with 5 million, it's a lot. It's more than I have seen or ever amassed in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But it's still not 40. Matter of fact, I can get four, five, 8 times out of that 40. So seven more
Yeah.
times I can
Damn
get out of
right.
that. And five I will take in a heartbeat because it's still more money than I've ever seen in my life. If there's an option on the table, I will definitely take more. I would definitely take more. That being the
Mm.
case, if there are some who would say, nah, man, I don't want that 40. I'd rather take that 5. I respect that as well, too. I respect that. Go out there and get
Yeah.
that 5 and give it your very best. Make sure that you earned every bit of that money, that 5, and the person that you was in the ring with know that that 5 came at a precious cost, and that cost is going to be now up on you. But I'm not gonna ever say that somebody who chose to get more of what we. I mean, let's face it. Let's face it. I mean, we never, and I mean this with all sincerity, we're never gonna be looked at on the same playing field by certain folks. But when you have that green behind you, oh, you get a little less tolerant. I mean, a little bit more tolerable, a little less. What I say, a little less a little
Mm.
less how should I say this without offending folks? A little less egregious to folks, a little less obnoxious to folks, a little less unworthy to folks, a little less bothersome to folks. You become
Mm-hmm.
somebody that people can now tolerate because they know you come with a certain kind of cred that they can get behind, and that green they can always get behind. They'll tolerate you. They'll put up with you.
Yes, sir.
They'll like you. They'll even treat you with some form of a shred of respect. It ain't
Yes,
until
sir.
you get comfortable and you got that bread that they say, okay, nah, we got to change this, and you getting a little bit too comfortable. And your parents be saying that when you cutting out a line as a child. I mean, you getting a little too comfortable right now. Yeah, tone that edge back. And unfortunately, when you got money, you get to that point where they start tolerating you and treating you differently. They still don't care for you as much, but they care for what you can do and what you can do for them. And that money is always going to give you carte blanche at certain places. But that being the case, man, as I stated, I'm not mad at somebody who will say, nah, bump that 40. I'm going to take that 5. And
Yeah.
so, for me, it's, you know, I think that we have to respect the people and the choices that they make. I think that we don't have to like everything. Hell, man, I know there's some vegetables that I don't like. I like a lot, but there's some vegetables I don't like. But I gotta respect what it can do for me physically,
That's
and I
right.
gotta take them. I gotta endure it. Same thing with beverages and other things like that, man. Some things just maybe not to my liking, but they are necessary. And because it's necessary, I have to tolerate it. I have to be able to do what's necessary to accommodate it within me and my framework. And I think that, with this sport and much like life, we got to learn to understand that there's some things that we might not like, but we got to find a way of working around it and dealing with it in a manner that does not become abrasive. We are often abrasive. And that to me is where, the line crosses between entertainment and fun and disrespect and just downright just like, okay, I'm good. I don't really want to be a part of that. And there comes times where, like I say, man, I had to talk to my one of my good brothers today, man, from Philly. Like, yo, bro, don't waste time or energy on somebody that is not feeding you, that is not clothing you, that is not sheltering you, that is not
Yeah.
nursing you when you're sick, that is not doing anything to cater to your well-being. Because if they're coming at you in a foul manner and you address it once and you leave it be and that person continues on, pretty soon people will look at them and be like, hey, yo, you bugging. Like, this dude ain't done nothing to you. Why you keep messing with this person? And I say that because, we often out here just going crazy on folks and talking crazy, throwing dirt on people's name. And it's not even just fighters. It's us with one another. And it don't have to be that, man. We could come together and just have a good conversation, talk some boxing.
And,
There's some things that I don't agree with certain folks. And, help me see why you feel this way. Let me see if it will help shape the way I think. Because
yeah.
I might not be looking at it the right way. And that's what it is. Now, that being said, I do believe that in certain instances, things could be helped along by certain folks that are getting ran through the
Mm.
mud, so to speak. So, like, case in point, Canelo. Canelo could do himself a major service by fighting folks that, people want to see, or at least answering the question of, like, yo, when you see yourself possibly fighting people, if you're going to continue to fighting people that people would like to see. Same thing with Tank.
Mm.
Tank would catch less slack. He would catch still flack and slack because unfortunately he is tied to the PBC and to Al Heyman. And it is a built up system against him. And it has been programmed and people are on the program. But at the same time, he owes a whole deal of responsibility too. This is a fight that many people do not really want to see him in the ring with, don't really put no respect on it because of who he's fighting. Then there is the
Yeah.
fights that you could be fighting that you're not answering the question to. I believe if you answered the question, there's a little bit of definitive answering or accountability where people can say, yeah, you know what, I might not agree with that decision, but I like it, or yeah, for sure, that's what I want to get behind. Let's see it. But also, it allows for people to have a chance to hope for something to come. Like, and that's the only thing we really ever could do in this sport because we know, unfortunately, more times than not, boxers don't control their destiny. Very few are in control of their destiny. And what I've come to find out is not a long list of people who are in control. But that being said, we can control how we respond. And I think that that's where fighters, that's where promoters, that's where fans, that's where content creators can do themselves a major service by the way they respond. And I think we need to, before we speak at times, take a deep breath and just think so that we can sort our words out. Because a lot of times we come out abrasive and it doesn't do boxing a service. But I've talked, man. I'm gonna go on and let me find out where we at in this show.
Man, I loved it, bro. I loved it, man. I'm glad you know what I'm saying. I wanted you, I know Crush did as well. You know what I'm saying? To say what you had to say, because me and Crush been going for a minute. And Crush, anything you want to ask him before I ask something else, anything else?
Oh no, great cook, Mr. Chills, man. We can move on to the next subject.
Okay. The next subject or topic, Crush, what do you have for us? So I can go however you want to do it, sir.
All right, so I've been hearing, I talk boxing on the streets too. Other people that know boxing, and it seems like that a lot of people starting to shift what they pick between Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. Now all of a sudden, a lot more people are starting to lean toward Devin Haney. Um, Now the reason behind it, I don't know. I haven't asked, but I can use the great mind that I do have to take a good guess why they changing over from now a lot of people starting to go with Devin Haney. Um,
Mm.
I think a lot of people who's not too familiar with Brian Norman Jr. went and looked at a couple things. They see the man can crack, but they don't feel as though he's um as 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 too good of a skilled boxer. Um,
Mm.
some people look at him as a puncher. Um, you know, uh, not brawler, but a puncher. You know what I mean? So Devin Haney, who can box very well, one of the sport's top skilled guys. Um, some people starting to have faith. They feel as though that he's gotten over what was bothering him in the past. They starting to feel as though that man, that was just cobwebs and butterflies, no matter how he handled his business with Ramirez, but just to get back in the ring, inside the ring, fight night, and get that atmosphere and everything else is enough to say, well, he didn't do too much, he didn't risk too much, but it's enough to feel as though I think he got the butterflies off. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
find out fight night. And myself,
Yeah.
most of the time, most fighters I do pick is the boxing tacticians over knockout artists, unless you a knockout artist who can box. There's only a few of them, god damn it, and we ain't gonna do no capping on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the reason why some people are starting to lean towards Devin Haney than Brian Norman Jr. And probably a lot of people more casual minded people, they look at personality and they feel as though that Devin Haney is a more likable personality, or they gonna go with the product. Like Tommy Hill say, what? You follow the money. And who's more of a product in the sport right now? We be honest between the two. That's Devin Haney hands down. There's no way you can debate that. You'll be out of your
Yeah.
damn
Yeah.
mind. So that's where a lot of people is going at, and hopefully when this fight come up, which is the biggest fight right now the fight that I want the most out of all the fights that's going to take place is that one right there. Um, yeah, we gonna see, man. So we gonna see if Dev can
I agree.
handle
I
what
agree with all that.
what he's gonna be able to handle what Brian Norman Jr. is gonna bring, and can Brian Norman Jr. um be able to do what he needs to do to be successful, because Devin Haney, when it comes to these boxing tacticians and these guys can box and they got a good IQ, they make their opponent have to think twice about what they already plan to do. So, and this is the case a lot of times when we see these matchups. These boxing tacticians had to make these think that's not like that. They got a different fight style and a different mindset on it. So, yeah, that's my yeah, we can hear you. That's my breakdown on that. My reason why I think a lot of people are leaning towards Devin Haney than Brian Norman Jr.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we can
good.
hear you. You
Okay,
hear clear.
what I'm gonna say is Crush is almost the same thing, but what I'm saying is this: there's a machine out there. And when I call the machine is their internet. And when you're a boxer, and when the casual fans start to know you, whether they know how good of a fighter you are or not. Now, people might not want to hear this, but the machine was in play when Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fought each other. And what I mean about the machine, Canelo is he's a more popular fighter. People weren't going off skills; they were going off a name. And Bud proved a lot of people wrong. He proved a lot of people wrong. In Brian Norman's case and Devin Haney's case, Devin Haney had the machine behind him. And but I'm gonna say this though, don't take it wrong what I'm saying, because I think Devin Haney is an excellent boxer. And I think that, this fight, just my personal opinion, I think it's a 60-40 fight in Devin Haney's favor unless something goes wrong. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But I believe people have started to jump on the bandwagon of Devin Haney because they know what Devin Haney brings to the table. And you also have his dad, Bill Haney, who's very big, I don't know what you call him, but Bill Haney, a lot of people know Bill Haney. He's very popular. A lot of people love what he does, you know what I'm saying? So when you got Bill Haney and he brings that to the table, it's hard to, to get those type of fans on your side. So a lot of people are picking Devin Haney because they know who he is. They know who his dad is. And that's where I think the lean is at, the machine. And the machine can make you earn a lot of money, and it can also have you exposed. So one thing is going to happen, one or two. Either Devin Haney is going to show the machine that he is who he say he is, or the machine going to see him get exposed. Now, in the last fight, we didn't see Devin do a lot. We seen him come back. He didn't take a lot of risks. He didn't take a lot of chances. But I think in this fight, I think we'll see him do more. I think it's going to be an excellent fight. And this is the fight that I'm really excited about as well. I think this is the best fight out of all the fights right now that we've heard announced, because I really want to see what Devin Haney has left. I want to know, does he still believe in himself? I don't know if Devin Haney really believes in himself anymore. And I want to see him go out there and show that he still is the Devin Haney that we seen in the ring with Lomachenko or George Kambosos or whoever else he got there with. I do want to see that. And if he brings that to the table, and we see that Devin Haney with the heart, even the heart that he had in the Ryan Garcia fight, because no matter what people say, to get up off the canvas 5, 6, 7 times, you have to have heart. See, some people lay down when they get hit like that; they don't get back up. That showed me more in that fight right there than I've ever seen from Devin. A lot of people don't look at it like that. It showed me your character, who you are, how much belief you have in yourself, that if you knock me down, I'll get back up and I'm going to prove to you that I'm better than you. That's what I saw and I took away from that fight. That's just my personal opinion. Mr. Hill, what do you think?
Well, if we're talking about
Mr. Hill, you there?
yeah, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, Tommy.
Okay. Yeah, if we're talking about the Devin Haney fight with Ryan
Mr.
Garcia,
Hill.
yeah, I'm still here. You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you now. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So the fight with Garcia, like I said, I think that there's some things that Devin is predisposed to that, caters to the strengths of Ryan, and a few times that it popped, it was dangerous for him. But like you said, you can't discount the heart that he showed in the fight and the wherewithal that he showed when he was hurt in the fight. Now, other than that, I mean, he kind of controlled most of the fight. So
Yeah.
there was this flashes where he got caught or he got timed, and the timing of the hook beat the jab. That being the case, to me, what was more troublesome for Devin was the fight after. It was the interviews after. You talking about somebody that was very well spoken and spoke confidently, starting to stutter.
Yeah.
And that's a sign where, you're not fully believing in the things that you're saying, or you're not confident of what people think of what you're saying. And I think that
Right.
it transformed in the ring, and that's why he kind of gave the fight that he gave against Ramirez, when Ramirez was there to be hit. Ramirez was there to be dominated, and he didn't dominate him. He got an opponent that there are some times that Ramirez was there to also do some hitting and then not hit. This person won't be that person in the ring. He will, if he's close enough and he's close enough to do some damage, or even give you a little bit of, you know, camouflage so that he can throw some damage later on down the line, he's gonna do it. On top of that, he's hungry. He's coming to put pressure on him. So he's a big time puncher, and he's starting to set up. He's getting a lot better. So this is a dangerous opponent for Devin. I could understand how people are leaning towards Devin because, as Crush said, and as you have pointed out, he's pretty damn skilled in the ring, and he can move around pretty nicely. And people are not so sure about the skill set and the mobility, the movement of my man Brian Norman Jr. That being the case, I'm not too worried about his skill set or his movement. I think that he has very good stuff, and on top of that, he can move fairly well. The mindset of Devin truly is the determining factor to me in this fight. I think if Devin is right in his head space is clear, free and clear, and he's in tip top shape, which I fully expect him to be because that's what he's always shown in his career, that he's going to always be in tip top shape and condition. I think that, he becomes that much more difficult to deal with. And I'm not sure that, even though while Ryan Norman Jr. is getting better, if he is able to catch up to Devin and put him in predicaments and situations that are at disadvantageous to him. So I've always favored Devin slightly in this fight because I believe
Yeah.
his acumen and his ability to manipulate and work off the jab is something that can be a factor. The thing I will admit is that your boy is good at taking away jabs, and he's also good at moving around and establishing his own offense too. So it makes for an interesting dynamic. And I think that people are also realizing that, he ain't really been in the ring with a lot of experience, whereas Devin has.
Yeah.
So they're factoring that. Then you're looking at the size, and you can see that Devin is clearly a bigger guy. So all of these things, I think, is lending itself to people saying, you know what? I was bugging. I think that maybe Devin is a lot better than what I think he is. And I think that he'll do a lot better in that ring against him. And they're hoping that, they see that too, because like Crush said, he got somebody in his corner or in his camp that is funny and says funny stuff. And people always like to see the people that say funny stuff or it's funny that do well. So I think it's a good fight. It is a very good fight for me upcoming, and one I'll be tuning into. And I'm hoping to see the very best of Devin Haney in the ring versus the very best of Brian Norman Jr. And may the best man win. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask both of y'all a question because nobody has said this. But is there a possibility that B Norman Senior and Junior could be overlooking Devin? Is there a possibility that they could think the Ryan Garcia fight, take a look at that fight, watch that fight, and believe that that was the best of Devin Haney?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, okay.
I don't think so because um, you gotta look at Devin Haney's not just Devin Haney who he was that night against Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney was and still somewhat is the guy that he was in all the other fights before the Ryan Garcia situation. Um
Yeah.
bad situation on the way it was handled. It was unmanly. Like it was some really cowardly shit, some more smear shit. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, hey, got to get his macho back. So we gonna see come fight night. What's going to happen? So I'm excited about that. Also, it's the aftermath because, like I said, it's not really too much down there at 47.
Yeah.
Um, so if Devin Haney is the guy that a lot of his fans say he is, the nightmare, the dream, he with all the smoke. Take your ass to 54, my boy. That's all I got to say. I'm tired of these fighters with all this bullshit. If your weight class ain't got no goddamn heat, go where the heat is at, because most likely your ass can go a few
Yeah.
pounds up. You know what I mean? There's only a couple guys who's actually fighting that they walk around weight. You know what I mean? But come on, these fighters is hiding behind these weight classes. That's what I'm saying. There's too many making freaking weight classes, man. I'm serious, man. Let's get it on Marvin Gaye version, but not on the sexual, sensual side of things. We need to get it on like Mills Lane. Let's get it on like the late
Yeah.
great Mills Lane, my favorite referee, the GOAT referee of all times, Mills Lane. Let's get it on. God damn it, I'm tired of the nonsense, man. They better.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be a bad one that's gonna start getting. If I start getting these credentials, boy, they gonna be like this motherfucker here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't be like, hey, God, what's your woo? I'm telling you, Jack, a fighters, I can be your worst nightmare. So when we meet, if we should meet, don't do it to yourself. Yes, I'm telling the fighters, the promoters, managers, don't do it to yourself, because I would do it to you. I would do it to you, God damn it. Don't do it.
Damn
Don't
right.
do it. I'm coming in peace, but if you get cocky, I'ma climb your soul like them steps on Rocky. I'ma climb your soul, and you gonna be mad and upset, and then you gonna want to do all this other stuff, and then you gonna get yourself hurt that way too. And just leave it alone. I'm just gonna ask simple questions, but I ain't gonna bullshit around if I can get to you. We gonna get straight to the chase, god damn it. As my brother Dub might say, respectfully. But you're gonna get it the grumpy OG way, god damn it. That's what it is.
That's right. That's right. The only way to answer a question. Respect.
Don't get this word.
Put the hot sauce on this deal.
Yeah, so hopefully I get to get a couple minute interviews tomorrow. Got assets to do it. So I'm gonna ask a couple nice questions, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Do your
Gonna
thing
ask-
tomorrow, man. Show up and show out.
oh yeah, man.
Show up and show out. But I think everything will work out. But I got to give me some rest in a minute. 'Cause I got to get up early for the football. You know, the little boy play football in the morning.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
what's
That
up.
football game.
Yeah,
Yep.
they getting busy. Little man getting busy, man.
They get busy 9 o'clock in the morning. Get busy time.
Yup. Hey, Tamiel, you got anything else to say before we get up on out of here? Because I'm going to have to get me something to do. Because I'll probably come around
Man.
here a whole hour before they open up. I'll be
No,
around here
no.
probably.
I mean, I agree with what you just said, man. I think I think that experience it lends itself well when you lend yourself to the experience. I think
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, if a lot of people say the same thing about you at some point in time, it's not everybody else. It has
Right.
to be you. And the same thing with us as people. We are all flawed individuals. Nobody is perfect. You know,
Nobody.
hopefully none of us is corrupt because there are some of us that is corrupt. But for the most part, we're flawed. So we're
Yeah.
subject to make mistakes. We're prone to error. It's the way you address and approach the error or the mistake that allows it to become an experience. And these experiences can lend themselves to better experiences down the line. I think ultimately, what separates most people is what's between their ears. A lot of people do have physical gifts, but the greatest gift you can be gifted in is in your mind and the way that you think. Because if you can see
Better
things
believe it.
differently, you say, what now, CDK?
I said, you better believe it.
Yeah, and if you can see things differently and quicker, then that makes you different and quicker in everything you do. So sometimes we got to see
Yeah.
ourselves in the mirror to see where we truly are, man, who we truly are, what we truly look like, where we truly lack, where we truly are gifted, so that we can be receptive to people when people say something. Not everything is in hate. Now, we live in a society where we do offer a lot of hate, and it's sad, but sometimes it's for good reasons that people say things that might not be favorable to you. You got to be able to take it in. That being said, these fighters, they got to learn to block out the noise. You know what I'm saying? The noise is only noise when you allow it to be. Things are true only when you give it the credence to be true. You can always allow your truth to come out in the way you carry yourself outside the ring and inside the ring. And then you should let that marry one with another. And I think that we find a lot of fighters now struggling with that. And we find a lot of people struggling with them as fighters that's struggling with that. And it's okay. But the fighters in ourselves, we could do better in the way that we look and we comment what we look and see. I think that, it's so much easier to do things from a gentler heart, a kinder place, yet and still it seems like it's the best thing to do when it's not. Because it often caters to people's reactions and they
Yeah.
give you positive reactions. I don't know what Bill and Dev got planned for that fight, and if they really truly look vulnerable, or if if
Yeah.
if the Normans feel like they're vulnerable. I mean, it would be normal to feel that way, especially after the look that Ryan gave, and the subsequently the way he's talked and walked in the ring. But at the same time, it would be a mistake to believe that he didn't see that and he don't know that, and maybe he's working on it too. So I think they got to prepare for the very best of Devin. What that ever look like and what that ever could be, that's what they got to prepare for. And likewise, Devin has to not look. I think the one thing that Devin really needs to know in that fight, hopefully he'll learn in sparring, is that he could take a punch. And
Yeah.
it don't matter if he get knocked down if he's getting back up. It only matters about how you get back up and what you do once you get back up. And that's ultimately a testimony and a testament to him. So if they are taking him light, then that's shame on them. And likewise, if you're somebody that is being taken light, then you come harder. So they understand never to take you light again. So I'm hoping that, like I said, Devin is in his right headspace, and I think and I hope that, the Normans are in the right headspace and we get a tremendous clash, and that, Devin is fully acclimated where he is and he's ready to go. And likewise, the Normans are, dog, so that we can get a really good fight. And I hope that it trickles down to the rest of the fights that are coming up and taking place, so that, people can start giving the fans a show while they're in that ring for as long as they are in that ring. And that's what I really feel, man. I hope that, like I said, I wish nothing for the best, but nothing but the best for Devin Haney and Brian Norman. And, I would rather them promote the fight without the shenanigans But if it's shenanigans, it is. Then be respectful with the shenanigans. Don't be totally just disrespectful. But if you're not, and you're the opponent of the one who's getting disrespected, and you feel like you're getting disrespected, well, calm, cool, and collectively put that thing down on that opponent so they understand you never to do that to me again. Whether that means you'll never get another look or interview, or the next time I see you, we're gonna find out what that tooth like. And on that note, you
Yeah.
two, you two, young gentlemen, you two kind-hearted, original G's, go on and get you some good rest, man. Thank you for bringing me up on the panel, man. I gotta go
Yes,
check and
sir.
see how this food is looking for this stuff that we gotta cater. It's my cousin's 50th birthday party, so we're gonna be
Oh,
doing it big for him. So I gotta go
all
see what it is. But like I say, man, excellent show. I've been sitting here for
Thank
the
you.
most part listening to you guys talk that sport and talk all types of things. And hey, shout out to Corns and Bunions, man. Shout out to Tina Marie. Portuguese say love. Won't you say it to me? Say it to me. Say you love me, baby. And
oh
with that,
man,
man,
love us, bro.
we love you guys, man. And if you're tuning in, please do yourselves a major favor and hit that subscription button, hit that notification icon, man, and hit the like button. And if you like it,
That's
man, and you
right.
feel that, go on and show these brothers some love, man, because everybody loves love and needs love, bro. So let's start one with another so that we can start showing love the way that we should love, man. And you guys, we out, man. I'm out.
All right.
I'm out.
Hey, it's been another dope episode of the Grumpy OGs with myself, Crust the Legend, my brother CDK, and my brother Mr. Tommy Hill, who is a third partner of the
That's right.
Grumpy OGs. Y'all know that now. Y'all know that now. You should have known in the first place, but you know now. So listen, y'all. Hey, anyway, y'all see STN, no matter who we are, make sure you tune in. Like, share, subscribe. And then if you came in late, check the playback, baby. And I see you guys tomorrow. I will show some coverage of the media workout with Boots Ennis and everything tomorrow. So look out for that at 1 p.m. And I see you guys soon. Peace.